Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy! Welcome back to more Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we went over the various challenges there are for you in the Ori region for those itching for more battles, and in this episode, I think that we should start things off by taking care of that one last purification that we haven't already done. You know the one I'm talking about. What can we do for this Shadow Lugia? Well, Gale said it was impossible to purify. Well, you can walk with it, you can try battling with it, and you can use colognes on it. But none of it works. Its heart gauge will always remain full. None of it will ever drain. Nothing but the Purify Chamber that Cypher didn't count on. If you have the tempo in all 9 Purify Chambers maxed out at the same time, and you put Lugia into one, something's different about the Lugia. Maybe. There is indeed a Pokemon that is ready to open the door to its heart. Here we go! There it is. Lugia opened the door to its heart. And this Lugia has some interesting moves. It just regains Psycho Boost. Previously, that could only be learned by Deoxys. It is a Psychic-type version of Overheat. So, yeah, Lugia has a really interesting move there. Not only that, but it will also regain Feather Dance, which Lugia can't normally learn either. Aside from that, its other moves are just kind of standard things, you know. It can learn Earthquake normally, but, you know, can't argue against Earthquake. Hydro Pump is, of course, a move that you expect it to have. It regains 88 experience because we used it in that one battle. But yeah, that is it. Lugia gets the Ribbon Purification, and there it is. It is all done. Now, for those that are having a difficult time getting all 9 Purify Chambers to have maxed out tempo at the same time, here's what I did. I use only Pokemon that are easily obtainable in XD. Feel free to pause it in time if you need any kind of help with this. All the Shadow Pokemon have been purified. There is nothing left for us to do in the way of purification, so how about we talk to these scientists who all made this possible? You're fabulous, Michael. You've purified all the Shadow Pokemon. Finally, all the Shadow Pokemon we recovered from Cypher have been purified. I guess this won't be needed anymore. Aw, makes you kind of sad, doesn't it? All the effort you've put in has finally borne fruit. Congratulations, Michael. Your efforts made all our research work worthwhile, too. Okay, so I think we should go by and see the professor as well as our mother, just because I could see them being very proud of us at a time like this. Let's go upstairs, and sure enough, there they are. Jovi's here, too. Michael, you've grown so impressively. The Purify Chamber represents the dreams of Professor Crane and myself, and of course, your father's, too. Seeing you make use of the Purify Chamber so capably, I can't help but feel the tug of destiny. Big brother, Jovi doesn't get it, but Mimi and the other Pokemon are all very happy. Did you do something incredible? You did, didn't you? And lastly, the professor himself. I want to talk to the professor himself, not read a book about something or other. Hi, Michael, I've heard you've now purified all the Shadow Pokemon. That's fantastic work. Now Pokemon will be able to live in peace without fear. This is all you're doing, Michael. We owe you a huge thanks. So there you go. Everyone is much happier now. Aside from that, there's not really a whole lot left to do in the Ori region. One thing that I do want to go over, however, is that I did specify that I used only Pokemon that are easily obtainable in the Ori region for my Purify Chambers. And what exactly do I mean by that? Well, after you have defeated Gale, if we go to Fenac City, and you go to the downstairs of the Pokemon Center, you will now see that the Trade Center is now open. If you have a Game Boy Advance game pack and a Nintendo GameCube to Game Boy Advance link cable, you can trade Pokemon. Now, I don't really feel it's necessary to do this. Obviously, I don't really have any need to trade. I don't have any trade evolutions that I want to take care of or anything like that. But yeah, you can do that now if you want to take advantage of any of that stuff. And if you want a really easy way to do the Purify Chambers, you can trade in all Ghost-type Pokemon and just have 4 Ghost types because it's just being super effective clockwise in the Purify Chamber to make it happen. But honestly, I think it's a little bit less of a headache to just use Pokemon that are easily obtainable in XD just because you don't have to sit through all those trade animations or anything like that. So, and that's it! All 83 Pokemon snagged and purified. What is there left for us to do? Well, I want to go over some fun little extras there are for you around the Ori region. First off, to Pyrite Town! After having defeated Gale, If you go to the police station, you will see Johnson is in a cell locked up. And if you talk to this guy, yuck, 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 that pompous nitwit Johnson, he had that coming. That's his punishment for letting a prisoner escape from under his nose. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yeah, so many prisoners have gotten out under Johnson's watch, and he has been such an incompetent policeman that Shirls locked him in a cell and forgot him. Well, yeah, that's kind of dark if I have to say so. After having completed everything, if you have used the trade center that I showed last time to trade in a Mew, there will be a move tutor standing right around here. And he's really, really interested in the Pokemon Mew. He will teach all kinds of different moves. He's actually a Mew-specific move tutor. Yeah, Mew should feel really special for having its own move tutor. He'll ask you a bunch of questions about your Mew, and based on your answers, he will generate a moveset of 4 moves for you. This guy can tutor Mew 100 different moves. There are the 58 TMs and HMs, 30 from Fire and Leaf Green, and then also the moves that it can learn from XD move tutors. The remaining moves, the remaining 6, are moves that Mew cannot normally get by other means. He can teach it Feint Attack, Fake Out, Hypnosis, Nightshade, Trick, or Zap Cannon. So he can give Mew new attacks that it can't learn elsewhere. Yeah, as if Mew couldn't learn every TM and HM and every move tutor move already, it has an even bigger arsenal of moves open to it. Lastly, if you go to the Krabby Club in Gatchanport, I made you guys think Mirror B was really gone forever, didn't I? Nah, he's here, he's dancing, where else would he be? Oh, boss, the way you gyrate is the greatest. Shake, 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 shake it! We're all happy the Magicians duo came back to the Krabby Club, but who is that weirdo between them? Don't you dare call him a weirdo, he's the greatest thing to ever happen to anything. What, you again? We're in a state of denial. Buzz off and leave us be, alright? That's kinda good. Envy that guy. I mean, look at him, flanked by the Magicians. Yeah, Mirror B is awesome. Purr! Razzle dazzle! Oh yeah! Woo! That was a bad tweet. I won't tell your parents, so don't write me out to my grandpa. Okay, I'll trust you to not tell your parents that I am gazing into Mirror B's eyes if I don't tell them that you're here to watch the Magicians. Okay. And then this guy will tell you something kind of interesting. The mooches that hang out in the Krabby Club are in an uproar saying that Mr. Varric hasn't been around lately. Where'd they come from? Where'd they go? Mystifying bunch they were. Alright. Well, what does Mirror B have to say? This is the last time we're ever going to see Mirror B. He never makes a reappearance in the Pokemon series, at least not yet he hasn't. Alright, what has he got? Won't you? Oh yeah, I'm feeling it! How can you not be feeling it when you're Mirror B? When you got that afro on, when you got that suit on, when you got those heels on, and you're just kicking it up on stage, man, how can you not be feeling it? How can you not be feeling it being in the same room as that guy? I love this guy. He needs to come back. He really does. Even if Ardos never comes back, this guy needs to. Alright, well, take one last look. This is Mirror B's last appearance in the Pokemon series. May he come back someday. People of Genius Sonority did work on Pokemon X and Y. I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky. That is all the cool little extras I wanted to show, plus we purified Shadow Lugia. All that is done. But now I want to head to Citadark Isle for something I alluded to before, and while I am scaling Citadark Isle and preparing the team for one last battle, I want to talk to you guys about something that a lot of you wanted me to talk about for a while now, and I feel like this is the right time and place for it. Originally, the plotline of Pokemon XD was going to be very different. Greevil was not going to be the boss of Cypher, and it wasn't just going to be that 5 years ago West took down the Ore branch of Cypher, and Greevil is the global head of Cypher. Instead, it was going to be that you would find out that Wes was not a good guy. You would have learned that Wes did not have pure intentions when taking down Evis all those years ago. Instead, it was merely that he knew that he was a skilled Pokemon trainer. He saw an opportunity to steal the Snag Machine from Team Snag'em. He used that to get what he wanted, basically pretended to be a good guy using everyone in the Aura region to get a battle with Evis. And after Cypher lost its boss, he would become its new boss, doing a better job than Evis ever could. It'd be that Wes had gone mad with power, and you would be the one to have to put him in his place, and he would be the main antagonist of XD. I really wish they went with that plotline instead, because I saw Varric being Greevil a mile away. It didn't surprise me at all, and I will say that I kind of prefer the bodyguards to Greevil as villains that are just kind of fun to watch, or the villains that are fun to watch. All that aside, their reasons for not going with that plotline were that they felt it was too dark and edgy for the Pokemon series, which I don't really agree with considering the themes that we've had in the stories as of late, especially in X and Y. And I do have to say also, their second reason was that they thought it might devalue repeat playthroughs of Coliseum if you knew what was going to happen. And that one I can actually kind of agree with and sympathize. So I give them a bit more credit than what most people do, because a lot of people really, really dislike they didn't go with that plotline. But anyway, I'm all done talking about that. Let's go up this elevator, and let's have one last battle. Now let us celebrate the success of my Shadow Pokémon plan in advance. I will personally see to the destruction of your Pokémon. Greevil, your plan already failed. You're kind of just sitting here in a room awkwardly by yourself, just kind of saying this to yourself. Okay, no. Let's not do that. Okay, alright, so. Greevil is starting out with 2 Pokemon, of course. Manectric, level 50. Electric type, Lightning Rod for its ability. Thunderbolt, Crunch, and Iron Tail. Only have data for 3 moves on this one. Swallow, level 50. Normal flying type, Guts for its ability. Facade, Steel Wing, Aerial Ace, Sky Attack. That's Swallow right there. Ugh, Guts and Facade. Watch out for that. Do not put status elements on it. If that Manectric actually had Thunder Wave, that might be a decent strategy. But anyway, yes, you heard right. His team is only level 50. And I know what you're thinking. You know, hey, wait, why'd you over-level for this? Why didn't you show this at a sooner point? Well, by purifying and snagging every Shadow Pokemon, you will get something special after clearing this battle. So I wanted to show this battle here and now. And about that, to get all the Shadow Pokemon, you have to fight Mir B, and his team is level 60. Meaning that no matter what you do, even if you don't go for Mount Battle like I did, you are still going to be over-leveled for this fight. I know, I don't really get it either. I think it was kind of a weird decision to place this here and to make him only level 50. But aside from that, his next Pokemon, Starmie, level 50, Water Psychic type, Natural Cure for its ability. Waterfall, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Psychic. Of course, Starmie is one of the best Pokemon around since the early days, but I don't think it's any match for Billy Bob's Earthquake. There we go. So what are his next 2 Pokemon that he's going to be sending out? We're just sweeping right through them. Of course, Billy Bob gets a level there. Level 72, man. You are now my strongest Pokemon. Awesome. Okay. What's next? Granbull, level 50. Normal type. Intimidate for its ability. Double Edge, Earthquake, and Shadow Ball, as well as Altaria, level 50. Dragon Flying type. Natural Cure for its ability. Dragon Breath, Aerial Ace, Earthquake, and Safeguard. So, you know, he doesn't have too bad of a team. I actually do like his choice of Pokemon here, I have to say, but it's just such a shame that he's so under-leveled. I mean, it just doesn't really feel like that threatening of a boss, but really that threatening of a... It just doesn't feel like that. It just feels kind of weird. But anyway, while we're here, I do have to say, I know that I've praised the soundtrack to this game many, many times, but just the final battle theme, man, go listen to it if you haven't already. I can't recommend it enough. If there's one thing about XD that I gotta recommend, it's the excellent soundtrack, especially the battle themes. They are just second to none. The battle themes in XD are incredible. Can't say enough good about them. And oh, quad weakness there. It wasn't able to do all that much. Didn't affect Altaria. Okay. Let's finish this off. I'm more worried about Granbull than Altaria, so I'm gonna drill peck that to go first. Here we go. Hopefully it's enough. I'd be kind of sad if it wasn't, considering I'm 21 levels higher than you. Granbull's jaw drops, and it faints. Doesn't drop to its knees like it did before, huh? Okay. Your last Pokemon, Aerodactyl, level 50, Rock Flying type, Rock Head for its ability, so it cannot flinch. Ancient Power, Earthquake, Double Edge, and Aerial Ace. Pretty much all what you'd expect on an Aerodactyl, to be honest. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of Rock Slide than Ancient Power on Aerodactyl, but hey. Double Edge, it will not take recoil damage. I'm just gonna use Iron Tail here, and even though it's not very effective, I might as well just do Drill Peck here to get off some quick damage. Alright. Dodrio gets in some... Whoa! Not very effective! What? Man! That did half his health. I didn't think... I know that Aerodactyl's not really a defensive rock-type Pokemon, though, but jeez. Behold the power of being over-leveled, and Iron Tail hits. Here we go. By the way, Iron Tail, nice punching animation you got there, Aggron. Alright. That does it. Greevil has fallen once again. And if you have snagged and purified all the Shadow Pokemon, after you have seen the ending, you will get this. don't need the snag machine anymore. Everyone is snagged and purified. All is good in the land of Ore, and presumably, it stayed that way because we've never been called back there to help. That is everything I wanted to show in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Hopefully nothing was left out that you wanted to see, but I think that was pretty much the extent of all I could show. Well, it took me a couple weeks to show everything this time. I know, much better than like the 4 years some other things I could name have taken. Okay, no, not really. Well, actually, yes, really. Let's not harp on that. Okay, I'm working on it. Anyway, so what is next for the channel now that XD is complete? I know that we've said they're the credits before, though, but I just kind of feel like this is kind of the place where I could talk about this kind of stuff. Well, Runaway Guys is updating right now with Mario Party 4, and that's going to keep going, so if you want something to watch that I'm in, I'll be updating the playlist for that, for those that just want to watch it on my channel, all that good stuff. But besides collabs, Animal Crossing will be getting updates on May 11th and May 13th. That is, speaking in terms of Eastern time zone in the United States, so for those of you that are like in Australia, that always tell me, like, why haven't you updated it? You said you were going to. That's why. Okay. But that's 2 Animal Crossing updates. So what else is going on this month? Well, you guys might recall that last year I Let's Played 1 Sonic Colors. It was the only series I did last year that I never did any bonus videos for whatsoever, and it wasn't because of unwillingness to, or because I was procrastinating. I told you guys that it was going to take a while for me to get people together to do multiplayer because the game only has online for leaderboards, not for actually playing the multiplayer mode. And I still do want to do that. Well, there's a TRG meetup that's going to be going on between the 3 of us in a few days, and, well, I want to record those then. I'd like to post the Sonic Colors multiplayer videos as a series and do all that good stuff so that I can finally give those videos to you guys. So that'll be updated gradually throughout May. Back to Pokemon though. I'm really glad that so many of you enjoyed the series. Thank you for making this journey with me. You guys make this all worthwhile. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your positive words, and I'm really glad that so many of you seem to enjoy this. I'm glad I could share the Ore games with people that hadn't experienced them already. I'll be giving you guys stuff gradually throughout May to watch, and of course the Runaway Guys will be updating, so it's not like I'm leaving you guys without anything to watch that's new within this time, but, you know, I do need time getting stuff ready like I always do, all that stuff, but yeah. What is next for the channel after all that? Well, of course I'm working on another Let's Play, I always am, and I haven't said anything about it yet. But I'm here to give you one little detail here, just to kind of give you guys an idea. Last year, I introduced the new series of Sonic, Kid Icarus, and Animal Crossing to the channel. And this next one is once again going to be another new game series I haven't Let's Played before. Got a lot coming up. See you guys for all of it throughout the month. See you guys then. Redundancy.